Success. This is a word that I love to hate, and a word that occupies my thoughts often. It intrudes on my musings because I want to know the secret to my success. What is the magic bullet or the secret formula? What is the one thing that I can do that will launch my business overnight? And if you're a momtrepreneur too, then you want these questions answered. Now, I have to say this. I had to stop and think as I was preparing for the show and to remind myself that I am running a very successful business with my virtual assistant business. And that one actually took off within 2.5 months, which is really unheard of when it comes to starting a business. So I needed to remind myself of that because as I'm struggling to get the blog to take off and the YouTube channel to take off and the podcast to take off, all of these things take a lot of patience. And so it really can feel like I'm not seeing success or I'm not being successful. So I had to remind myself of the success that I've already accomplished with my virtual assistant business, like to the point where I don't have to advertise. I don't have to work really hard at promoting it. I get most of my business on that side is through referrals and things like that. So that's kind of like the only clients that I take are via referrals. So for me, I needed to stop in the midst of all of my musings and to remind myself of that one little thing. All right, so let's get back into the show. So my husband texted me the other day when he was in the middle of a podcast and he said, "You really need to listen to this podcast. I really think you need to hear it." And so he rarely says this. So when he does, I tend to listen. And it was exactly what I needed to hear.